Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and happy Bookmas. In today's Bookmas video, we're going to be specifically talking about gifts to give your fellow book lovers. And this could be anything from enhancing the reading experience for them or like just fun little gifts to give them that are book related. So I compiled a bunch of things and I've made kind of little categories so that we can go through them together and hopefully maybe you can get some inspiration on what to give your fellow book lover for the holidays this year. So let's dive right in. The first category that I have is an e-reader starter kit. Now this is for the individual who maybe doesn't have an e-reader or you want to upgrade their reading system. Maybe they have an old Kindle. A nice upgraded Kindle would be a very thoughtful gift to give. I also included a Barnes & Noble Nook. I personally don't know anyone that has this device, but it is out there and it's very comparable to a Kindle. They're around the same pricing, so I included it here just as an example that you don't always need to have a Kindle. But I personally love mine. They did come out with a new edition of the Paperwhite and there's a lot of fun colors to give someone. So I love it. I live in an apartment and I can't always buy a physical book even though I want to. I just don't have the space for it. And a Kindle really does help with that because if I don't love a cover of a book, then I'll just download the ebook version and read it that way. You can also borrow books through Libby. You can connect it to your Kindle and read books that way as well. So there's a lot of functionality of a Kindle that actually does benefit readers. I truly thought I would always be a physical book girly, but I really do love my Kindle. I do go through phases where I am like always on it and then I like haven't used it in a few months, but I love it. I also think it's great to travel with. Instead of packing a 600-page book, I can bring my Kindle and still have a lot of space to pack other things. So highly recommend giving a Kindle. Either you're gonna upgrade someone's reading system or maybe it's their first time getting an e-reader. It's such a thoughtful gift to give. Now you might be saying, okay, my friend already has a Kindle. They don't need another one. They don't need a new one. What else can you do? Well, you can enhance the reading experience. So I've included a few additional accessories that can go with a Kindle and e-reader. So the first one being a remote clicker. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of videos of TikTok on people talking about how much they love it. I personally don't have it, but I do have friends who use it all the time and they rave about it. So this could be one way to elevate your friend's reading experience. If they already have a Kindle stand or a stand for their reading device, you can give them this gift and it helps turn the pages and they can continue to be cozy in bed without having to lift a finger. And then the next gift is actually a gift I know I would really appreciate, and that's getting a fun cover for the Kindle. I don't know about you guys, but I personally, for some reason, hate spending money on like cases. Like a phone case, I just get annoyed that I have to spend money on it, even though I want it to look cute. So I think it's pretty thoughtful and a fun idea to gift someone a cutesy little cover because they'll use it. It's really protective. It protects their device, but then every time they pick up the Kindle, they'll think of you because you gave them that fun cover. I included the one here in this screenshot from Paperback Fable Co. They have an Etsy shop as well as a website. Etsy has so many Kindle covers. Highly recommend exploring all of the options there. My only caveat is just make sure you buy the right sizing because they just released new Kindles. The sizings are slightly different, the specs are different, so just make sure you're purchasing the right size for your friend because you don't want to give them a Kindle cover that doesn't fit and then you have to return it and that whole process isn't fun. So that's my one caveat with buying a cover. Just make sure you have the right specs so that they can use it right away. Now, if your friend already has all of the e-reader accessories and all of that stuff, this next category is a fun one because it's just bookish merch. You can never have too much bookish merch. Even if they already have a lot, they'll still appreciate even more. So in this section, I have included 4 little boutiques and stores that I have personally shopped at and loved. The 2 on the left, House of Jupiter and Bibliostyles, those are actual websites that you will need to go to and purchase from them. House of Jupiter, you can buy year round. They do kind of sell out of some items, but they usually do a restock. If you follow their Instagram page, they're really good about announcing when products are back in stock if you're looking for something in particular. They have a variety of just general book merch, so not necessarily related to a specific book, but just like, I'd rather be reading or something like that. But then they also do have book-specific merch. I personally have purchased some Emily Henry-inspired merch from this store, and it's amazing quality, and I highly recommend. The next store that I have here is Bibliostyle. This in particular store does drops, so you really need to follow their social media because they announce the next drop. Their website usually will also indicate when the next drop is, but it's a lot of embroidered work and it's all handmade, so it is very much made to order. It's not necessarily a drop shipping type of thing. And so you have to time it right. I did purchase an Emily Henry crew neck over here as well, an embroidered Knott's Harbor sweatshirt, and I love it. It is so amazing, high quality, highly, highly recommend. I will say it might not get here in time, depending on when this video goes up, if there's even a drop available, but keep it on your radar because they definitely have fabulous things. And then the next two shops that I have listed on the right are Etsy shops. So Chapter Catchers. This is a giant Etsy store that has literally so much book related merch, and it's not necessarily always book specific. Out of all of the boutiques and little stores that I have listed here, this one probably has the most range in products and just inventory. It is massive on what they have. They have romance, fantasy, mystery, silly, cute girl merch. Like, it's just really impressive how many designs that they have. I purchased a few t-shirts and a sweatshirt from there, and I'm obsessed with them. They were a Comfort Colors t-shirt, and I don't remember what the sweatshirt brand is. It's one of the generic ones, but the quality is really nice and it delivered quickly. So if you're in a time crunch, I would definitely recommend checking out this Etsy store. And then Enlightened Soul Co. is another Etsy store. I believe they also have a website that you can purchase from as well, but if you want to go through Etsy, you can totally do that. And they definitely lean more towards book specific merch. I got my Divine Rivals crew neck from the store and I'm obsessed with it. Its embroidered detailing is fantastic and I highly recommend it. I will say shipping did take a little bit of time for this one. So again, just be mindful when you're placing orders, how long shipping will take. All of these places are very good about telling all that information up front, particularly House of Jupiter and Bibliostyle. They will tell you it does take a minute to ship. So just be prepared, but if you know their favorite books, definitely check out to see if they have any merch that they might like from them. I included two little screenshots of merch that I actually own. So on the left is the House of Jupiter crew neck that I purchased. This crew neck is the most high quality crew neck out of all my bookish merch. It's thick and it doesn't get gross. Like, you know when you wash a sweatshirt a few times, it doesn't hold up. This one holds up. It's still cozy, it's still soft, it's still comfortable. The print hasn't faded or anything like that. And I love this design as well because it's not necessarily in your face about being about a book. It kind of, if you didn't know, you would just think I'm wearing a coffee shop related merch. But to all my Emily Henry fans, this is a sweatshirt inspired from the coffee shop and beach read, which is my absolute favorite book. So once I saw this design, I knew I had to have it and I love it. I did get a size large, I think, and it fits like an extra large. So definitely keep that in mind with sizing as well. They're really good about listing like how it fits on their products, but just pay attention to what the brand is because I think that will determine if you should size up or down or get your normal size. And then the image on the right that I've included here is another sweatshirt that I've purchased from Chapter Catchers. This is an ACOTAR inspired shirt, and like I said earlier, their inventory is crazy. They have so many colorways of every single design. So I personally got the gray crew neck with the navy writing. I also have this exact design in a t-shirt that is black with sky blue writing that's also very comfy. So you can tell I'm obsessed with ACOTAR merch right now, but I highly recommend both of these. They're so comfy, and I think this is a fun way to acknowledge that you know what their friend maybe is obsessed with at the moment. If there's a particular book that they just can't stop talking about, getting them merch about that book or from that book or inspired by that book just shows that you're listening, and when they wear it, they can think of you. The next category is kind of a mixed bag. It's colorful, inspired, book-related things. So we have annotation, markers, and pens, as well as special edition books. I personally have recently gotten into annotating books, and one thing I realized is having a quality highlighter and marker or pen really does make a difference in your annotating because you don't want the marker or highlighters to bleed through. I know that's also dependent on the book itself and the pages, but having nice highlighters is such a treat. You just feel like, ooh, look at me highlighting my little book. It's really just, it elevates the experience, if you will. So there are some expensive highlighters out there, and I'm just gonna be honest, I feel like most quality pens in general are kind of expensive. So getting them a little kit would just show that you appreciate them, as well as like in little annotation tabs. You can get so many annotation tabs on Amazon. So if you wanted to do like a colorful theme, you could kind of get highlighters and tabs and pens that all go together. So that way when they annotate, it all aesthetically looks nice. Also on Etsy, they do have annotation kits that you can buy that already bundles everything together in a cute bag as well, like a pencil holder bag kind of thing that stores everything. So that's another way to go about giving annotation supplies to those who maybe love annotating their books, or they've expressed interest in wanting to do that in the future and they're just a little nervous or like not sure which supplies to buy. I think this is a really thoughtful gift to give. Also, if someone is a big annotator, maybe they're running low on some of their like favorite things, you can like help restock their supplies, and they, I'm sure, would be really appreciative of it, because like I said, highlighters, pens, those can be expensive. And then if you really want to treat someone, getting them the special edition of one of their favorite books would be literally fantastic. If someone did that for me, I think I would weep. Like, that is just so thoughtful and nice. I personally bought myself the special edition of Beach Read from Emily Henry from Barnes & Noble. And I am not kidding you when I say I stare at this book at least once a day on my bookshelf. It's stunning. So if a friend has a book that they are obsessed about, definitely look online to see if there are special editions, because friends, hear me when I say we are in the special edition era of books. I feel like we can walk into Barnes & Noble and there's literally tables of books with like sprayed edges, foiled edges, stenciled edges, limited editions. Like, they are out there, trust me. There has to be some book on their shelf that they love and there's a special edition of it somewhere. But Barnes & Noble, guys, they have so many special edition of books. You can even find them online. There's so many. And that's just a really sweet gift to give someone. Also, acrylic books, I think is what it's called, or acrylic paints, something like that. Acrylic paint books, I don't know. The Throne of Glass set, I'm sure you guys have seen this as well, is everywhere. People love this. This is an expensive gift to give, but it's a very thoughtful gift to give. And then kind of like a twist, a combination of both of these ideas is, say this person loves Beach Read. I'm just gonna use myself. If someone read Beach Read and annotated it and then gifted it to me, I would also cry, because I feel like that's so thoughtful, and reading someone's annotations in a book that you also enjoy, I think is so thoughtful and really acknowledges that you are aware of like one of their favorite books, and you taking the time to read it, to annotate it, and then to gift it to them, I think is sweet. I don't know if everyone would love that, but if your person loves annotating or they love seeing people's annotations in books, that could be a more thoughtful gift to kind of do, because then it would be in its own like special version of that book that you made your edits, made like the annotations in it, wrote little notes in it for them. That would be very thoughtful and sweet. So kind of a hodgepodge group of like annotation supplies, or a fun colorful book with like stenciled edges or foiled edges. So there's a lot to unpack here. It would be a treat to give someone one of these kind of books. The next category that I have here is for the friend that basically has everything. They have the special editions, they have the annotation supplies, they have an e-reader, they have a cover for their e-reader. Then these gifts are really to just elevate their reading experience. And so what I have listed, I have a nice elevated robe and pajama experience. And what I mean by that is just giving them high quality items, because one, they'll last longer, but then two, they just feel luxurious. Like, getting very high quality pajamas, there's nothing better, I swear. And then having a comfy robe that they can slip on and just have a nice relaxing Sunday while reading their book, fabulous. Like, you're elevating their reading experience. So these can complement, you know, if you give them a book, you can give them some PJs and they can have like a cozy Sunday afternoon or evening or weeknight evening even. If you're nervous about giving maybe pajamas or a robe just because you don't know the size that they wear, I would recommend maybe a candle or a mug. I love lighting a candle, setting the ambiance in my apartment to read. A candle will never be a bad gift to give, so you can always get a luxurious candle, go to Anthropologie, they have so many to pick from. You can also just go to Home Goods and pick out a few or one and give them that, as well as a nice mug. I love collecting mugs, and I feel like a lot of girlies do as well. So you can always give them a nice mug that they could use for like hot chocolate, tea, coffee to pair with their book in the morning. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than being in nice, comfy PJs, a hot cup of coffee in hand with a fun, cute mug and a candle burning while they get ready to read their book. Like, come on. So you can basically just help package up and elevate their reading experience. These are all gifts that I know I would love to give, and I keep saying that throughout this video, but like, genuinely, I think these are all practical gifts to give as well, and gifts that will get used. So if your reader friend basically has everything, you can gift them kind of these like nice, luxurious, small items that will just elevate their day-to-day life. And if all else fails, if none of those works, or if you're in a time crunch and you can't wait for shipping, gift cards, my friends. Gift cards, gift cards, gift cards. You can never honestly go wrong to a gift card to Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, a local indie bookstore if you're really trying to make sure they just buy books, but you really can't go wrong with a gift card. And you can get a cute card as well from like Barnes & Noble. I don't know if all Barnes & Nobles are like this, but my Barnes & Noble has recently stepped up their card game, so they have really cute cards. So I definitely would recommend going to a Barnes & Noble or like maybe a Paper Source Co. kind of place and seeing if they have just like a cute card that you can slot in that gift card, and you just know the next time that they go to the store, they can pick up a book knowing that you helped them get that book. So when in doubt, a gift card can work in a pinch, especially if you are watching this and it's like very close to the holiday season, or in general, just gift giving. A gift card is never a bad thing. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope this video could help give some ideas of what would be a good gift to give that book lover in your life. Hopefully you can either use these ideas or get even more inspiration from them. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what gift that you have received that you've personally loved and think other people would enjoy getting as well. Leave it down below in the comments. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can get notified of tomorrow's Bookmas video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.